Good evening and welcome to the Milford Planning Board, Tuesday, March 29th. These are being recorded. I'll take a motion on the minutes.
Move.
Moved by John, seconded by Babe. All in any discussion? All in favor, opposed, unanimous? We have no 81Ps. We'll move right into the ZBA special permit referral for 97 Cedar Street, Bradley K. The applicant requests a ZBA special permit to allow for the addition of a U-Haul rental business on the subject property. The existing use of the property consists of a gasoline station, an auto repair garage, and a propane canister exchange center. The proposal is to add trucks, vans, and trailers rentals to the site. The items submitted with the application consist of U-Haul marketing materials, not a description of how the operation will actually function on this site. Also, the sketch submitted does not meet the ZBA requirements for a current plan of the property or lot prepared and signed by a certified civil engineer or registered land surveyor. And if applicable, dimensional areas of vehicle parking for open space and for recreation must be shown. Without a complete application, especially including an up-to-date site plan, it is impossible to determine if adequate off-street parking for the existing use are being provided on this site. And this does not address the addition of yet another business that itself will generate traffic and the need for additional parking, while at the same time eliminating available parking spaces by displaying rental vehicles. This is a highly congested site at a highly congested intersection. The 2013 Friday AM peak hour traffic count was 2450 total trips at the Cedar Street, Dilla Street, Fortune Boulevard intersection. The addition of yet another traffic-generating vehicle-related use to this site is ill-advised. Therefore, it is recommended by Larry of an unfavorable report be forwarded to the ZBA. Is the applicant here? No? Okay. Pleasure of the board.
I agree with Larry, actually. I move we do send an unfavorable report to the zoning board.
Motion made by John for an unfavorable to the ZBA. Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
Seconded by Joe. Any further discussion? Hearing none?
Well, the
Oh, I'm
only thing,
sorry.
the only point of discussion is, with the unfavorable, is that based on the information that's given, I think in Larry's letter, I think it's very important that nowhere in here does it indicate how many vehicles or
Quantities.
whatever.
Or where they're parked.
And without that, it's impossible to give any type of decision. I mean, there may be enough room, looking at the parcel size, there's open space out back if he's putting more pavement down and stuff, but on the existing site, I don't know how he can take any of those spaces up. He stores vehicles down there too in some of those spaces, so, without having a revised site plan, I don't believe anybody should be giving out any special permits.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing not. All in favor of the unfavorable to the ZBA? Opposed to the unfavorable? I'm sorry, babe, you're, okay.
Oh, yeah. In favor?
Four.
Four in favor.
Unanimous. May I have your top letter, please?
What do you want? Go.
Your decision. I'm sorry.
I already took it away.
Oh, thank you.
I said-
You're welcome. Let's see, we have a ZBA special permit for 120 Highland Street, American Towers LP. The applicant requests a ZBA special permit to allow for the replacement of the existing non-conforming cell tower on the subject property. The zoning bylaw provides for the replacement of nonconformity uses for ZBA special permit. The proposal is to replace the existing 300-foot guide tower with a new 300-foot self-supporting lattice tower. The new lattice tower is to be constructed adjacent to the existing tower. The antennas and equipment will be relocated from the old tower to the new tower. The old tower guy wires and anchors will then be removed from the site. The proposed tower will be not more noticeable than the existing tower. The fall zone for the 300-foot lattice tower is calculated to be 120 feet, well within the limits of the parcel on which it is located. Therefore, it is Larry's recommendation for favorable to the ZBA. Is that you, gentlemen? It is. For the record, could you just identify yourself?
Certainly. My name is Edward Parry. It's P-A-R-E. I'm an attorney at Brown Rudnick. I'm here representing American Towers.
Out of Providence, sir?
Out of Providence, yes.
Okay, so it's the address that's up, okay. Just we'll get it correct, that's all. Thank you.
I'm happy to answer any questions, but Larry summed it up quite nicely. We'll bring in a more modern lattice tower and get rid of all of the guy wires and the guy anchors that come off that existing tower, which is getting quite dated from back in the 60s. It'll be replaced by a self-supporting, so we won't have those guy wires and the anchors. Everything will move a little bit further away from the neighbors in the area, and we think it's a vast improvement. It will certainly offer our customers the ability to come over on a new, much more modern and less visible facility.
Any questions?
Just as, based on this, I believe I actually own stock in the company. I just wanted to disclose that in the parent company. Just so that's disclosed, I don't believe there's any conflict of interest, but.
I don't think whatever stock you may or may not
No, I don't think it's gonna have any effect one
has
way or
any
another.
influence whatsoever, but
Just in case.
we appreciate you bringing it to light. Thank
It is a public company, so
Yep. Any,
No, I have no question.
okay. The pleasure of the board.
Well,
Dave does.
I think it's a thing. I kept seeing the pods going up on the old tower. I get nervous every time I seen one, so this is definitely
It's an improvement.
a much needed improvement. The only thing is, as the pods are added to the new tower, we do have to come back to the board. All those pods that were added to the existing tower, nobody ever came to the board, either boards to put them up, so.
okay. We'll certainly comply with any of the requirements and under the bylaw.
With that, I make the motion that we give a favorable report to the zoning board.
Motion made by Babe, is there a second? Second by Joe. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous to the ZBA.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
I already did that.
ZBA
No, I'll use it. Could I keep?
special permit, 20 Claflin Street, Blair House.
Gosh, a lot of money.
The applicant requests a ZBA special permit to allow for the expansion of the Blair House building on the subject premises. The proposed building expansion located along Messina Hella Way frontage will add floor area to accommodate the conversion of existing bedrooms to bedrooms within the nursing home. There will be no increase in the number of beds. This expansion project is to be built in lieu of the previous expansion proposal and approval in June of 2015. The parking lot improvements to the rear of the property approved in 2015 will still be accomplished to increase the number of off-street spaces and improve the drainage and stormwater recharge for the lot. All applicable zoning requirements appear to be met, although a site plan will be required from the planning board subsequent to the grant of the special permit by the ZBA. Therefore, it is Larry's recommendation that a favorable be passed to the ZBA. Bob?
I can just describe to you John Fernandez on behalf of the petitioner, and Kyle Romano, one of the principals, is here with us. This may look somewhat familiar to you. In that less than a year ago, the petitioner was before you for an expansion plan for the same purposes, and the purposes are as laid out plus one additional. First is to reduce the number of multi-bed rooms that the facility has. That's just no longer the standard, so there's no addition of beds in the nursing home. Two is to expand the adult day health program as well, which is an incredibly less expensive option to nursing home care and even assisted living care, and certainly in-home care. Three is to rearrange that parking and provide more parking in the back. And four is to take care of that drainage issue. The difference between this plan and the previous plan is that the Romano family was able to secure an additional piece of property, making the proposal sleeker and easier to construct, and Bob can go through that with you. You can see he used his best Gary and Hellman colored pencils for this today, and picked a variety of colors, which I'm not sure go well together, but I'm sure he'll describe to you where the proposal goes. And there is a rendering here of what it's going to look like, which we can share with you to take a look at.
Go ahead, Bob, please.
Okay. So this is the previously approved special permit plan with the proposed addition. It was gonna be just in this location here. The Romano's warehouse did not own this particular piece of property at that time, so we maintained the sufficient setback off of this property line, created an addition off of the existing building that was going to be, a combination of somewhat of an adult day health and then also additional beds. Subsequently, they were able to purchase this property, so as you see here, this area here is the new proposed addition. It is a 3-story addition with a total square footage of 30,684 square feet, all 3 floors. There's gonna be a proposed driveway entrance for drop-off here. There'll be elevators in the lower level, and then cars will then leave in this manner here. It's be a one-way. There's also provision, because there's gonna be some kitchen area, there's also provision for storage and delivery of foodstuffs, and that's what this is for here. This is trucks would pull down, back in. There's actually, the actual ramp and the loading area will be inside the building, so the truck will actually pull completely into the building and unload and then pull back out, so there'll be storage in this section at the lower level. This is the existing building here. There's an existing courtyard brick patio here that will remain. What we're going to do to address any trapped water in here is there's an existing drain manhole in this location here. We're just gonna convert that to a catch basin cover so that everything will be able to flow out, anything that gets trapped in there. This is the proposed additional parking area. There's already been, in conjunction with the original plan, this area has already been blasted. The ledge face has been created. There's portions of the wall that's gonna be built, has been constructed. But that's pretty much, it remains unchanged from the original approval as far as its layout and design. And then, we've got some additional spaces here and some spaces here which equal the amount that we would have had when we, in from this area. We don't even come close to, needing parking. We're double of what we need based on the use of this particular building. So this is more or less for employees, because they were, they used to park in the lot across the street before there was assisted living there. Site will be serviced by municipal water and sewer, gas. And here again, this is the existing, the lighter gray is the existing impervious area that you see around the site. Some of their existing parking, and there's some existing walkways here. This is a new walkway and new green, a new green area here. So really, it's similar to this special permit that was approved, only it's a little bit bigger scale, and it fits in better, and it'll connect the building much better than to have this gap in between.
Questions from the board?
Fine.
Hearing none, pleasure of the board.
Recommendation, we send a favorable to the ZBA.
I'll second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by John, for favorable to the ZBA. Any further discussion? Hearing not. All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. May I have your top letter?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Somebody's. Thank you. Any other business in front of the board? Hearing not, I'll entertain a motion from John to adjourn, seconded by Joe. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Opposed? Good night.
Always ran an efficient meeting.